Hello parents, welcome to my classroom. My name is Miss Minnier. I'm teaching English 1, which means that I'm teaching all the freshmen. Let's see, a little bit about me. I've been with Mates for 17 years. I just love it here. I have a background in environmental science. I started off in the sciences, and when I found out that I couldn't teach environmental science at the high school level, I changed my major and I became an English teacher, and I definitely found the golden ticket when I applied here at Mates, and I've been here ever since and I love it. One of the good things with a science background, I will be helping your students with the biology project. I'll be helping them research, do some documentation. Pretty much in my class we're going to do a little background, so whatever topic they've chosen, I'm going to ask the students to do a little background about it, and they'll do some writing for me, which should be very, very helpful when it comes to the project. Anyway, back to English 1. So English 1 I call the classics. We will be covering the classics. They've already read To Kill a Mockingbird over the summer, which is certainly a classic. What we're doing in the classroom with To Kill a Mockingbird right now is we are annotating their work. So they're learning how to make notations in the margins to enhance their learning and understanding. We've been working on the characters, now we're moving into the setting and the plot. So that's really what we've been doing in the classroom, and they are annotating using a red pen. At home, what they are doing is they have another novel that they're reading, and I've given them a study guide packet with that. The other novel is Ayn Rand's Anthem. It's a short little novella. You might know Ayn Rand. She wrote The Fountainhead and Atlas Shrugged. So those are her larger novels. But at home, they're reading a couple chapters, and they are they're answering the questions that are in the study guide packet. With regards to my Google Classroom. So of course I have a Google Classroom. Hopefully you have visited my Google Classroom, because I asked my students to show you my Google Classroom and for you to sign my policies and procedures on the Google Classroom. So I'm using Google Classroom, but I'm also old schooling it, and I'm using the whiteboard. You can see the whiteboard behind me here. Every day I write on that board. Red is always homework, and blue or purple is what we're doing in class. So I call it my agenda board, so the kids know what we are doing in the classroom every day. As soon as they walk in, they like to take a look and see what they're doing for the day. I also post on Google Classroom. They sometimes need a little prompting to look on Google Classroom to remember what is due. So you can help them by prompting them, hey, have you looked at Google Classroom today? Especially when they're home, they might need a little reminding to check Google Classroom to see what they should be doing. So they do have work they should be doing at home on their virtual days. I take virtual attendance. It was a little rocky the first week, but I think we worked out the bugs with it. And they need to check in only when they're at home. Do they need to do the virtual attendance form? Let's see, what else? My policies and procedures, back to that. So it looks like this. So I don't know if you can see that. If you read through it very quickly before, you can read through it again. Main thing, supplies. Yes, a 3-ring binder and some folders that have pockets is great. And also I would suggest their own hand sanitizer. The stuff that I have in the classroom doesn't smell very good at all. So I would suggest them bringing in their own hand sanitizer. That way they're the only ones that is touching it. Let's see. What else to cover? With my policies and procedures, I guess the big thing for you to know is that I work on a point system. So it's not like I don't do 20% homework, 30% quiz. Everything's worth a certain number of points. For example, submitting the policies and procedures on time, that was worth 10 points. Their Chapter 2 questions from Anthem, that was worth 10 points. Their homework, well, by the time you watch this, well, something they're out, Chapter 3, 4, and 5, answer those questions. That's for homework as well. So all that is posted on the Google Classroom, but everything is worth a certain number of points. If assignments are late, it's a standard -10 each day an assignment is late. So those are the big things for my policies and procedures that you'll probably want to know, and that I've covered with the students. Let's see, what else? Cell phones. Cell phones should not be used in class. They should be in the backpack, unless we do an activity where, we're like, we'll look something up real quick, or I'll ask a student, hey, why don't you look that up on your phone, and they can look it up. I do suggest that they use some kind of planner or agenda book to write things down. I know that I'm using the Google Classroom, and that's great. I'm using the backboard, which is great. But I find once they leave the building, it kind of goes out of their head, the work that they're supposed to be doing at home. So I'm suggesting that they use the mate's planner they've been given, or they can even take their phone out, and if they use their calendar on there, I do promote that, writing down of assignments. I don't want students to be late with their assignments. I want them to be on time, and I want them to succeed in my classroom. Anytime you need to reach out to me, my email is found on the website, or you can just go to mminnier@ocvts.org. That's an even shorter form of my email. Just trying to look over what I've got here. Materials, points, policies, attendance. I wish you were here so you could ask me some questions, because I would love to answer some of your questions. I know I'm probably missing something. Let me do a quick spin of my cart here. So this is the backboard, and as we spin around the room, the desks are spaced out 6 feet. That is the front of the room that you're looking at there, and they're all facing the same direction. And I spray the desks between each class. And as I suggested, bringing in your own hand sanitizer is definitely one of the materials I suggest for the students. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. If you have any concerns, please reach out to me. I wish I could have done this in person. I'd be a lot less stiff and mechanical in person. Have a very nice evening. Take care, everybody.